Hello, this is a Brilliant Business Mom's tutorial on Trello. If you've been listening to our podcast episodes at all, you know that Beth Ann and I live in two different parts of the country. And for our business, we are having a little bit of trouble with both staying on the same page since we are not actually in the same room very often. So when we had this problem, I emailed Time Management Ninja and asked for their advice on an application that we could use to help us both stay on the same page. And he recommended Trello, which has turned out to be a fabulous recommendation. So now that I'm logged into Trello, one of the first things that you see are my various boards. So you can have boards for lots of different items, lots of different projects. Right now I'm going to create a new board. So up in the right hand corner, hit the plus sign, new board. We're just going to call this sample for today's purposes, and I'll create that board. Now it brings me into the board. Within the board are various lists. I'm going to rename this particular list long term. So a perfect place to store long-term goals and ideas. And before I start adding items to my list, I'm going to add a member. Today I'm going to add Snow White. So I'll search for her. And if Snow White came up, then I could just add her. And if not, then I can just type in her email address and invite her to Trello that way. Beth Ann and I are invited to all of our boards together, so we can both see and update each board for the activity that's going on. But you could have a board by yourself, or you could have a board with multiple people on it so that you're all on the same page for each project. So now that we have renamed a list, let's start adding some information to that. I'm going to add a card, and I'm going to say, mow the lawn. And we'll add that card. And let's say we'll put a step 2 card, a step 4 card in there, and a step 3 card. Now within each card, you just click on it. You can write a comment. And whoever you have added to the board, a member that you've invited, they can comment too. You can add a certain member to a board so that mowing the lawn would be my task. But after I had actually invited somebody, I didn't do that so that you didn't see our personal email addresses. But once I have added a member, then that would indicate that that was their responsibility to do. You can add a due date. We use this function all the time. So Beth Ann, you need to mow the lawn by July 31st. And then we add that in there and we save the due date. Let me go ahead and add me as the member who's responsible, although I did say Beth Ann was supposed to mow the lawn, but I guess this time I'll do it. And you could attach a file if you needed to. There's lots of different options that you can do to store information. So now you can see the due date. You can say that I'm the person in charge. Now when I look at this, I say, oh, step 3 is out of order. So I just take the card and I move it up into the correct position. So if you have things in order by due date, which is what we do often for blog posts and things like that, all you have to do is rearrange the cards, and then you can have everything in date order. Now let's say I have finally finished mowing the lawn, and I want to delete that card. They have something called archive, so you can archive that card, and it'll go away. You can see over here that has now gone away, but it's not lost forever. So if there's some useful information in the comments that you wanted to keep and just have it go away from your main screen, that's fine. I often, if there's nothing that we'll need in the future, I go ahead and then after I've archived it, I just delete it. Another way that I use Trello is to track inventory items that I need to keep on hand. So for instance, I'm going to rename this board a name of the shipping boxes that we buy. And I'm going to add a card for, let's say we need 12 by 12 by 12 boxes. So the next time, maybe we're low on those boxes, but we don't need to order them right away, but we will in the near future. So next time I'm putting in a U-line order, I just come over here, I see, we need 12 by 12 boxes. Let me add those to the order. Glad I didn't forget those. And once they're ordered, I normally archive and delete. So you can see that Trello is extremely useful, especially once you've added other members. So keep that in mind. This was just with me as a member, but it's simple to just add a member. You can search for them, and if they're not already a part of Trello, then you just send them an email invitation and ask them to join Trello, and then you both see the same information. You can both mark things as done, you can both add things to do, and you can stay on the same page with due dates and cards and lists, and then various boards as well. And if you want to get back to your homepage with multiple boards, you just click here. You can see these are all my boards, and I could have some that's a personal to-do list where I don't invite Beth Ann to it. So I hope that brief rundown of Trello and its advantages and features was helpful to you today. It's very user-friendly and easy to use. Trello is free, so I recommend that you check it out, and also check out our other business tips and information and our podcasts by going to www.brilliantbusinessmoms.com. Thank you very much.